In this period, we are going to discuss about the motion of charged particle under the electromagnetic field. So first of all, you have to say, if suppose the charged particle having the charge Q, and if you have to apply electric field E to such charged particle and magnetic field say having induction B, then in that situation force due to the electric field which is generated on that charged particle is nothing but F is equal to Q into E. And due to this force, that charged particles are in motion and it acquires some velocity. In that situation, what is the force created by the application of magnetic field? That value is Q into V cross B. So the total force in the presence of electromagnetic field is nothing but the summation of these two forces, that is F is equal to Q into E plus Q into V cross B. So this is the force acting on that charged particle when electromagnetic field is present. Now we know very well, according to Newton's second law, F is equal to, what is the value of F? F is equal to M into A, that is dV by dt. So under the Lorentz force, under the action of Lorentz force, we have to get the equation, that is M into dV by dt, M into dV by dt is equal to Q dot E plus Q into V cross B. That is the force, that is the force acting under the action of, or you have to say that Lorentz force. Then we have to get the equation M into dV by dt is equal to Q dot E plus Q dot V cross B. So now we are interested to find out what happens when charged particle is only under the influence of electric field. While we have to consider this, we have to consider two conditions. When electric field is parallel to the motion of charged particle, and when electric field is perpendicular to the motion of charged particle. Out of these two cases, we have to consider one case first, that is particle moving parallel to the constant electric field. It means that we have to subjected that particle, charged particle, under the influence of electric field, which is parallel to the that velocity of that charged particle. For our convenience, we have shown that here the electric field Ex is applied along the x-axis, and because of that electric field, that charged particle acquired the velocity Vx and moving along the x direction, and we have to see in this figure Ex and Vx are parallel to each other. Now we have to consider that Ux is the initial velocity of that particle, and then equation of motion by using the Lorentz force. We have Lorentz force, Lorentz equation. We have to say that mass into acceleration, that is m into dvx by dt, is equal to q into ex. What it means? It means that this is force due to the motion of that charged particle, which is according to the Newton's second law, and this is force which is to be applied on that charged particle because of the application of electric field. So we have to transfer this m to this side. We have to get dvx by dt is equal to qex upon m. So dvx is equal to qex upon m into dt. We have to integrate that equation. Integration of dvx is vx. So qex upon m, integration of dt is a t plus constant of integration c1. So what is c1? c1 is a constant of integration. We have to find out that value of constant of integration by considering the initial condition that t is equal to 0, vx is nothing but our initial velocity ux. So if we have to put this value t is equal to 0, this term becomes 0, then vx is equal to vx, so c1 is equal to ux. Putting this value of constant of integration c1 to this equation, we have to get vx is equal to qx upon m into t plus ux. So we know very well that Vx is nothing but the velocity of that charged particle along the x-axis. So Vx is nothing but rate of change of displacement along x-axis. So Vx is equal to dx by dt. So we have to put this value here. Dx by dt is equal to qex upon m into t plus ux. So we have to transfer this dt to this right hand side. We have to get dx is equal to qx upon m t into dt plus ux into dt. Call this equation number 1. We have to integrate that. By integration, we have to get integration of dx x, and integration of t is a t square by 2. So 1 half qex upon m into t square plus ux integration of dt. On integration of equation 1, we have to get x is equal to 1 half qx upon m into t square plus uxt plus c2, where c2 is constant of integration. Again, we have to say at t is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, that is displacement along x-axis is 0. Therefore, C2 is equal to 0. If you have to put this value of this one, t is equal to 0 here, x is equal to 0 here, we have to get C2 is equal to 0. Putting this value of C2 in this equation, we have to get Ux is equal to Uxt plus 1 half Qex upon m into t square. Call this equation number 2. That x is nothing but displacement of charged particle along x-axis. Just we have seen the motion of charged particle when electric field is parallel to the direction of motion of charged particle. Now we are interested to see what happens when electric field is perpendicular to the direction of motion. The direction of motion is direction of motion of our charged particle. In this figure we have shown that the charged particle is moving along x direction having the velocity vx, and electric field is applied along y-axis which is perpendicular to this velocity. Then force acting on charged particle along y-axis, that means according to Newton's second law, that means Fy is equal to m into dvy by dt. And when charged particle is subjected to the under electric field, then force acting on that charged particle due to electric field is Fy is equal to Q into Ey. What is Ey? The electric field along y-axis. What is Fy? Force acting along y-axis. We know very well here force is acting on due to the electric charge is nothing but Q into Ey due to the Newton's second law, m into dv by dt. Under the Lorentz equation, we have to write this as m into dv by dt is equal to q into Ey. Or you may write this as dvy by dt is equal to qey by m. So dvy is equal to qey by m into dt. Call this equation number 1. So integrate this equation, we have to get vy is equal to qey by m into t plus c1. What is c1? Constant of integration. We have to find out the value of constant of integration considering at t is equal to 0, velocity of that charged particle along y-axis is 0. Putting this value t is equal to 0 and vy is equal to 0 in this equation, we have to get c1 is equal to 0. And we get vy is equal to qey by m into t. c1 is 0, so that value is vy is equal to. So velocity along y-axis is dy by dt. Putting this value here, we have to get dy by dt is equal to qey by m into t. So vy is equal to qey by m into t into dt. By integrating this, we have to get y is equal to 1 half qey by m into t square plus c2. Call this equation number 2, where c2 is our constant of integration. At when particle is enters along y-axis, at that time initially the velocity along displacement along y-axis is 0. So y is equal to 0. At that time we have to get, putting the value of y is equal to 0, we have to get c2 is equal to 0. Putting this value of c2 here in equation number 2, we have to get y is equal to 1 half qey by m into t square. Call this equation number 3. We know very well here force is not acting along x-axis, it is acting along y-axis. So as force is not along x-axis, the velocity along x-axis is a constant, and that velocity is our initial velocity, that is nothing but ux. So we know very well again the displacement along x-axis is say x, then velocity of that particle along x-axis as usual we have to consider as vx within that time period t. Then at that time, according to the definition of velocity, that is rate of change of displacement or say displacement upon time. So using this we have to get displacement along x-axis, x is equal to vx into t. So t is equal to vx x upon vx. Call this equation number 4. Put this value in equation number 3. We have to get y is equal to 1/2 qey upon m x square upon vx square. But what is Vx? Velocity along x-axis. In this situation, initially, the velocity along x-axis is ux. So we have to put Vx is equal to ux. We have to get y is equal to 1/2 qey by m x square upon ux square. So we may write this as x square by transferring these all terms instead of x square to the one side. We have to get x square is equal to twice m upon qey into y. Call this equation number 5, which is similar to that of the form x square is equal to 4ay, where a is nothing but twice m ux square upon qey. So this is nothing but the similar to that of the parabolic equation. So we have to say that when charged particle is under the influence of the electric field, direction of that electric field is perpendicular to the motion of charged particle, that is the velocity of charged particle. Then in that situation, that charged particle acquire the parabolic path. That is a path traced by that charged particle is a parabolic or parabola.